Like iCal, Address Book has received a new look, and let's see what that looks like now. Choose Address Book, and here we are. Like the paper-based counterpart that you may have jammed in a desk drawer, Lion's Address Book is designed to hold and organize your contacts. Now, at its most basic, Address Book is a place where you can add single contacts. To do that, just click on the plus button, and you'll see a bunch of fields appear. And you can add phone numbers, you can add email addresses, and so on and so forth. Now, one thing you can do when you add these things, you can determine what kind of field this is. So, for example, in the phone number, you say, well, this is their iPhone, so I'm going to use that. This is not their work email address, but rather it's their home email address. And who's their friend? That would be me. I'm Joe's best friend. Also, if you want, you can remove some of these fields. So I don't need the assistant field, so I'll click that delete button. We already have the iPhone, so I'll delete that field as well. If I wanted to, I can add a picture to the edit button so that their picture appears there. When I'm finished, just click on Done. By default, Address Book should contain at least one card, and that one was created when you created your account. You're going to want to fill in that information. So here's the one that was created with my account. Let's edit that a little bit. And I click Done. Now, as this was set up when I created my account, this is my home card, and you can see that it is by going to Card, and this is grayed out, make this my home card. Plus, there's a little me here. If I wanted to change that and have somebody else be this home card, I could say this Jacob Cunningham character who apparently works at Acme Spittoons. I could make that my home card by going to Card, make this my card. And now that's me. And my icon comes along with it. Let's revert that back to my real card. Now this is more than just vanity. If you have a home card set up, this information will be taken into other applications. So when it's looking for your contact information, it will pull that from Address Book and fill it in from this home card. So it's important that you set that up properly. Now, unlike a real paper-based address book, this one lets you arrange contacts into groups. So you can create groups of friends, business associates, or people you owe money to, for example. So let's click on the Groups tab, and you see here we have set up a few groups. There's businesses, family, friends, and work. You can also create your own groups if you like. Click the plus button, make that your group, and then you can add people to that group if you like. So let me show all my contacts, and then I can just drag people into that group. So Nick, Greg, and Jacob. And apparently I owe money to all these people. Now I can click on that group, and there they are. Another way to create groups is through smart groups, and this is really easily done. And it's a cool way to do it because you can filter by things like area code, zip code, or with people with a common email address or phone number prefix, for example. To do that, File menu, New Smart Group. I'm going to call this Linda. And card contains at lynda.com and click on OK. And you see this smart group shows me anybody in my address book that has a lynda.com address. Now here's one of the cool things you can do with this. I'll go to Mail, I'll create a new message, and I'll type in the to field Linda, and it will show me that group. So I can just simply select Linda, and then it includes everybody that's in that group. From there I can go on and create my message. So show all my contacts. Here's Jacob. Suppose I want to share this contact with somebody. All I have to do is click on the Share button. And that address is included in an email message. I can then email that to somebody. But there are other ways to get addresses out. One of them is to simply drag the contact to the desktop. This creates a vCard file that you can then email to somebody if you like, or put it on a device that supports the vCard format. If you select multiple contacts, you can drag them all out, and they too will appear in a single vCard file that can be shared with other applications that support the vCard format. I'm going to delete those. Now let's take a quick look in Address Book Preferences. You see you can sort things by first name or last name if you like. we look at accounts, and here are your options for syncing your contacts. You can sync with MobileMe, with Yahoo, or with Google. There's a template so that you can decide how your fields are going to be laid out. If you want to add a field, something a little bit more obscure, like a URL, somebody's birthday, or their Twitter handle, for example, you can do that. And you can automatically format phone numbers. For example, if you enter 555-555-5534 and hit return and then save the contact, it will put all the dashes in the right place. And you can choose the format that you want to use. Now, AddressBook has some more obscure talents that are beyond the scope of this course. But what you've learned here serves the vast majority of your contact needs.